This is gonna suck to edit. There's so much ranting, and it's like, it all makes sense. It's just a lot of information that probably not everybody cares about. But it's for me, so fuck them. All I need to do is say who I am, and I've stuck on like the saying who I am thing. I pressed the record button, and then I've stopped recording and deleted it. 3 times now. When I say my name and I associate it, it's... Why am I having this? Like, I'm so open about it. I'm Jade. That sounded really gay. That is the whole point, so... I don't know. I'm gay? I shouldn't be like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, I guess. See, that's the thing. It's like, I do that. How can I hold on to this so much that I'm not even allowing myself to say that I'm gay? And I have to say I'm kind of gay, or I'm sort of gay, or I guess I'm gay. Like, no, it's... I'm gay. And it's so hard to just say it. Why did I first think I could be gay? When it was a fluke. I called it a fluke. So, this is just this one time, this one person I would be gay for. When really it was like, I was just telling myself that. Through middle school, I don't know, I always had this like idea that I wanted to have this blonde best friend, and I was always like, that person's blonde. And they seem like a cool person based strictly off of their physical appearance, and I want to be their friend. And I didn't understand what that meant at the time. Because, I don't know, it's like, I'm straight because that's what, it's normal to be straight, so, and I'm straight because I'm normal. Because I'm not abnormal. And, yeah. So I was like, I'm straight. Like, for sure. But I'm going to have a blonde best friend no matter where I go. And I'm going to always try to be friends with this blonde best friend. But I didn't understand, but that I was like, this person I'm kind of crushing on and I kind of want to go out with them, but I didn't get that. But in high school, it kind of changed. There's like 2 or 3 people where I realized that like I really wanted to be their best friend, but for some reason that didn't trigger in my mind on why every single person, like, I had a checklist that my best friend had to be blonde, they had to do this, this, and this, but why was they had to be blonde on my checklist? That's where it was kind of like, I questioned it, and it was kind of like, no, I'm straight, and then just shut it away, because, you know, I'm not gay. But I am, surprise. But in high school, like, freshman and sophomore year, I had like 2 people, I guess. One person I had a hardcore crush on, but I just kept telling myself, I really want to be this person's friend, and there's nothing we had in common. Like, they did lacrosse, I didn't do lacrosse. They did sports, I didn't do sports. They skateboarded, I didn't skateboard. Like, there was nothing in common. But for some reason, I just wanted to be this person's best friend, and that makes sense to me, because I never really wanted to do lacrosse, I never wanted to do skateboard, I just wanted to be around this person because I found them aesthetically appealing. But then, when I went to my later high school, for the last 2 years, that's when signals started becoming a lot stronger. I still had this checklist that my best friend had to be blonde. The idea that that stuck through with me from middle school, and it's like gone all the way into college, and it barely, like, a few years ago, like, flipped in my brain, like, oh, hey, I don't want a blonde best friend, I want a blonde boyfriend. Like, why did it take that many years to just accept that? But anyways, it's the last 2 years of high school. There were 2 people I had a hardcore crush on. One person had a hardcore crush on them, and then our friendship kind of just took this awesome dive, like nosedive in a plane. Super awesome, not on the same page. I had a crush on them. They didn't have a crush on me, obviously, because they were straight. And that entire friendship just, like, crashed and burned. I didn't really understand why, because I was still in this sense of, like, I'm straight. Even though I was, like, neck deep in, like, the warm, fuzzy feelings for a person, and I was like, no, I'm straight. I know I'm straight. So, I had a girlfriend at the time, and I remember, like, even though I was in a relationship, I still had this idea that I want this blonde best friend. And again, like, it never made sense to me why I was like, I'd rather hang out with my best friend than I would with my girlfriend. Like, it wasn't like just that. It wasn't like I want to hang out with my friend. It was like I want to be hanging out with my friend every single day compared to hanging out with my girlfriend, which was wrong, and it just kind of like stuck in my brain like that, and I didn't like that, but it was there, and I didn't know how to accept it. Um, and then the second time I came out, the whole friendship like nosedived again. Except after it happened the second time, I was like, this isn't a fluke. The first time wasn't a fluke. Just because I admitted it out loud once doesn't mean it was a fluke. It's something that has been a part of me for a while. I just haven't noticed at all. So instead of accepting the fact that I was gay, I settled on the idea of being pansexual for a while. So I was like, I don't know what I want. And I couldn't really label myself as anything at that point. Because I couldn't call myself straight because I wanted to pursue relationships with guys. And I couldn't call myself gay because I had been tricking myself my entire life to think that I wanted to go out with a girl just because I had been doing that my whole life. I didn't know what that term meant. To me, that term just meant I could be whatever I wanted to be, and I could be attracted to whatever I wanted to be, and it didn't matter. Like, I didn't have to explain that to people. I did the worst thing. I did like the one thing in the book that you shouldn't do, which is use bisexual as a gateway term for being gay. And I did that. I ended up using that term because I was still exploring my own sexuality. And I was to the point where I didn't want to have a label on me because I didn't know what I was anymore. But I never decided to say that I was gay until this last year when someone asked me, and I was just kind of like, no, I'm gay. Like, I've said bisexual so many times, but I now understand that I'm gay. And that's just kind of what it is. Like, no, I didn't hit a wall and like, oh, I'm gay. Like, that's not what happened. It's like, I don't know how to express that. I mean, there was a point in time when, like, whenever my sexuality would come up in a conversation, because someone would be like, oh, I'm straight, and, you know, my girlfriend or whatever, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not straight. But I never said anything like, I'm gay. Like, that has never been my first line that I say is, I'm gay. It's always been, I'm not straight. And it's like, there was a point in time when I started realizing that I was doing that, and I'm kind of doing myself a disservice by, like, dodging the topic. It's like, I hate when people beat around the bush. I hate when people aren't just blunt about what they are, because they're not showing confidence in who they are, and they're not showing confidence in what they believe in, and I think that everyone should do that, and I want to fix this webcam, so I'm going to. I think that everyone should be confident in who they are, and not, like, float around topics. Like, I can easily say, hey, I'm Mexican, or hey, I'm a tall person, and I don't like basketball, so why do you ask me that all the time? Or, hey, I'm this, or hey, I'm that. But for some reason, I have been stopping myself from saying, hey, I'm gay, and I've been doing that for way too long. There's never been, like, oh, that girl's cute. Like, every single time I see that, like, I can appreciate when a girl looks good. But there's, like, it's not for me. It's just kind of the best way to word it. Like, I'd be like, wow, she's actually really attractive, but I would do nothing with that because I'm not interested in that. And it's, when I realized that, it was kind of like, why am I calling myself bi if I know someone's attractive, but I will still do nothing with them? And that was a big one. That was like, okay, maybe I'm not bi, because it's been a year and I've never once even thought of a girl in any type of romantic sense or anything like that. So, yeah, I was never interested in women, and I don't know why. I was protective over them. I was definitely protective over them. I think I mistook that for being straight. Because I was like, there's a lot of guys out there who are douchebags, and if there's a girl that I feel protective over... Did I just... If there's a girl that I feel protective over, then I thought that that was the idea of wanting to be with them, because I didn't want anybody else to hurt them. Which I didn't realize, by me being gay and being in a relationship with them and it ultimately leading to nothing, I would be hurting them anyway, so life's complicated. how did I come out to my parents and friends? That's an interesting story, because I never came out to my parents. I mean, they know, but I was playing Final Fantasy with them, or 14, online. MMOs, games, videos, stuff. I was streaming, and I had like part of my window showing up so you could see what music I was listening to. But what happened is I accidentally dragged Skype over that, and the chat ended up showing when it said, "It's so weird, all these people are talking about like how straight I am. I probably get all the chicks, but actually I'm bisexual." So it's just kind of awkward that everyone's talking about my sexuality to me, and they don't know, and my parents don't know. And my parents found out because of me saying that they didn't know. And my dad ends up telling my mom. It's like, "Whoa, you have to check this out. Jade said something." And my mom checked it out. She's like, "No way, that can't be real. That's not real. I don't think so. That can't be real. My son's straight." And my stream actually had my webcam showing, and it turns out she sent me a text in the middle of a boss fight and said, "Hey, you're bisexual?" And I was like when I saw that text, like my face just instantly dropped, and just that alone gave away that I wasn't straight to my mom. So in a sense, I wasn't ready. Like, me and my mom have a really open relationship, but for some reason I just wasn't ready to tell her. Even though I was out to like all my friends, there's just something about bringing it into the household that it's real. Then like there's no going back. And she reacted pretty okay. Like, I would say she reacted pretty decently well, considering some of the other things I've heard. The one thing I took from my face dropping and her finding out was that we were going to have a long talk when I got home. And we did. That was a very long and interesting talk. But she ended up telling me something that like has still stuck to me. I don't remember the exact way she worded it. I just remember the general idea of it. It's really useful. But I remember we were talking in the kitchen, and she was like, "Well, even if you are bisexual, or you're gay, or you're straight, or whatever it is," at first it was hard to understand what that meant, and then I realized that you're such an outgoing, you're such a happy person anyways, and if that's just a part of who you are, then why would I want to try to stop that if it means that you're going to be happy and you're going to do what you want with your life? And regardless of how I react, you're going to do that. So the only thing that I can do is accept it or try to become more understanding of it. That way we can still have the same open relationship that we have, and we can still, like, there's open communication. And like, just the idea that she was willing to try so hard just to understand who I was and accept that, just because it meant that I could be happy and she wanted me to be happy no matter what, was really nice to hear. So thank you, Mother. You'll probably watch this video because you're supportive of your son. This one with the 2 fingers. And my little brother, kind of. I got asked if I like Brokeback Mountain. I don't know. I've never seen the movie. I was never enthused about the idea of the movie. I remember actually when that movie came out, everyone was like, "Wait a minute, that's about like 2 gay cowboys or something." And I remember hearing that, and I was like, "No, why would I ever go see that's gay? Like, why would I go watch a gay movie? Oh, hey, look, my crush. That's a guy." Like, like, why did that not trigger in my head for so long? I don't know. And then another reason. I never said why I'm making the video, actually. And the reason I'm making this video is because I have this idea that I'm not gay. And a big reason that causes that is because I'm not feminine, like, at all. And there's this whole stereotype that if you're gay, you have to wear rainbows every day, and you have to love shopping, and you have to have a lisp whenever you talk to people, and you have to make it super obvious to everyone that you're gay. And the idea that like I was supposed to be going by the book by being gay, and I had to be this and I had to be that in order for like this this criteria had to be met in order for me to be gay. I was like, I don't match any of that, so I can't be gay. And I think that's still holding on a little bit true, because if anybody ever questioned me still and they asked about my sexuality, like if a random stranger walked up to me and said, "Hey, are you gay?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gay." But if someone said, "Hey, what's your sexuality?" I would be like, "Well, I'm not straight, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm tired of tricking myself into thinking that I'm something that I'm not, because I've been doing that for way too long." I've done that all through middle school. I've done that all through high school. I did that for like 2 years of college, even 3 years of college, and just never accepted that term as what I was. And I always wanted to find an out. I wanted to find a way, like, I'm not straight, but like that doesn't mean I'm not ever going to be like partially straight, or like I'm pansexual or I'm bisexual. And really, it's none of that. It's I like dudes, so oh well, I guess. And that's the other thing, is I don't get offended by gay terms. So if someone says gay, if someone says homosexual, if someone like walked up to me and called me a faggot, I would probably embrace it, and I'd probably call them one back, because words don't hurt me. The same thing if someone walked up to me, they're like, "You're a beaner," I'd be like, "Yeah, I am a beaner, actually. And you can call me Mexican because I don't know you that well, but yeah, whatever, do you, boo." That's another thing, is why am I allowed to accept that I'm Mexican and tall, but I'm not allowed to accept that I'm gay? It's dumb. I'm gonna stop that with this video. It's a whole idea that I don't post things on Facebook specifically to not out myself, even though if you look at about and you go to like more details or whatever it is, it's like, this person is a male and they're interested in men. Like, I had that as men and women for up until like last week, because I like to lie to people about who I am and lie to myself, I guess. But I also made a point to never post anything gay related. Like, I don't know why. It's been like, oh, like I could see like an LGBT article and be like, that's really cool, and I linked that to every single one of my friends that knew I was gay. Like, separate messages on Facebook, but I would never just post it to my wall, even though I would just link it to everybody. So like what's the point? But I completely avoided anything LGBT, because I didn't want like to ruin this idea for people who know me from like North Carolina, and people know me from online, like this whole idea that I'm straight. When it's like, no, I'm just kind of gay. Why not? I'm gay. I'm not kind of gay, I'm just gay. And that's not what I say. I'm kind of gay. I shouldn't say I'm kind of gay. Or sort of gay. I guess I'm gay. I'm tired of saying that. I just want to say it out loud. I just want to be like, walk up to somebody, I'm gay, that's it, end of story. Unless they want more details, and I guess I could provide details, because I'm an open person about everything but my sexuality, which has been stupid up until this point, and that's why I'm posting this.